Mark.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Match between Singapore and Chinese Taipei. Give them a round of applause.
Welcome hockey lovers and welcome to the Sengkang Stadium for the match between Singapore, the host country, and Chinese Taipei. Singapore is in red, attacking on your screen from right to left. Well, both these teams are doing very well in the competition, so we will expect a very exciting game. Both the teams are in contention for the top two positions in this competition, the Air Asia Women's Junior AHF Cup 2019. Singapore in possession now. Chinese Taipei in possession now in the last quarter of the field, putting some pressure on the Singapore defense, doing well to stop the pressure and turning over the ball to the Singapore girls. The Chinese Taipei girls are playing a 4-3-3 formation with the 3 forwards. Singapore's lucky to get away with that one because it could have been a penalty corner. Chinese Taipei crossed in the D, chance for goal, and it's the first penalty corner awarded to Chinese Taipei.
There we have it, the first penalty corner for Chinese Taipei.
So let's see what they have in store. Singapore girls came up victors in their last game against Sri Lanka, winning them by 10 goals to 1 2 days ago. First penalty corner, Chinese Taipei. Drag flick, well saved by the keeper, smothering down the second attack. Good work there by the number 1, Singapore.
Second penalty corner for Chinese Taipei.
We have the Singapore goalkeeper adjusting her kickers. She did well to stop the first shot. Couldn't do much with the second. She just had to close down the attack so that the Chinese Taipei girls don't get onto the rebound. Anyway, second penalty corner for Chinese Taipei. A little slow out from the... Well saved once again by the Singapore goalkeeper. But the attack is still on. Still coming through. Chinese Taipei still in possession. Ball just a little off center, going off the back line. Can't find an option. Well done, well strapped. Ball coming down the left flank. Chinese Taipei still in possession. Free hit awarded to Chinese Taipei. Wang Yu Chiu taking it quickly. Good work there by the Singapore girls. Poor pass there. Ball coming off the foot of the Chinese Taipei number 4. Good ball there, well done, finding Shuba with some support there. Well cut off by Megan Francis for Singapore. Chang Yu Ping. Well done. Singapore awarded. Francis on the ball now. A weak pass there. Well, easily cut off by the Chinese Taipei defense. Yun Han playing foul there, ball coming off the foot of Shuba. Ting Yu, well closed down there by the defense. Shuba on the ball, looking for support, gets it from Francis. Francis doing well, keep possession. Still Francis finds Shuba. Shuba not being able to find a free run, being closed down there by Yu Ping. Francis with a chance to send the ball in, does well to send it in. Good skill there by our captain. Li Xian. Infringement on Li Xian. By Shane Cheong. Difficult ball to trap, and a ball going out the back line for Singapore. Those of you just joined us, good evening and welcome to One Play Sports, our Facebook that covers any and every sports activity or event here in Singapore. And today we are here at the Sengkang Stadium in the witnessing the Air Asia Women's Junior AHF Cup game between Chinese Taipei and Singapore. Both these teams are in contention to finish top in the competition. Score stands at 0-0 for both the countries. Chinese Taipei in white, attacking from left to right on your screen. Lovely ball there, well trapped by our sturdy defense. Shane trying to look for her teammate, does well to earn a free hit for Singapore. Bit of misunderstanding there. Yu Ping for Chinese Taipei. Ball coming off Ng's foot. Yu Ping on the ball now. Almost got it there. Quickly taken by Ting Yu. Finds a opportunity on the far end of the field, trying to look for her teammate Chang Li Sin. But well stopped by the Singapore defense. Xiao Xian not being able to send a flat ball to a teammate. And Singapore playing a half-court press, waiting patiently for Chinese Taipei to come forward. Yu Ping. Well cut off there by Shukir Amani for Singapore. Good ball, lovely ball. Nadia with some space, closed down very quickly. Yun Han. Well stolen there by Ng, the Singapore number 20. Ball hitting the foot. Johanna. Singapore with a chance. Nothing from there. Good attempt by Singapore to advance forward. A timely tackle there by Sadona Ng to launch that counter attack for Singapore. Xin, who's the team captain for Chinese Taipei, does well to find Yun Han. Stick tapping there by Johanna Hajarati, who is the team captain for the Singapore team. A dangerous overhead flick there by Chen Yi. Jean Lek, one of our more sturdy, tall and strong players. Almost got it there, but Yu Chiu, she had that ball, it would have been a launch of a counter-attack for Chinese Taipei. Jean Lek was trying to look for Megan Francis. Good ball. But the thing about these sweeps, these open blade sweeps that sometimes create illusion. That makes it harder for the opponents to read where the ball is going to go. But in the same context, the receiving players of the sweep will also sometimes be confused as to where, or rather unsure as to where the ball is going to go. Francis putting pressure. Ball still in play. Ting Chun finding some space in the semicircle. Earns a long corner for her team. Well, the Singapore girls seem to be settling down a little bit better now and coming out of defense, working the ball up, trying to get their attacks underway. There's a call there on the number 13, Chang Li Xin, for not giving space for the free hit to be taken. Jean Lek. Mistrap there by Shane Cheong. Unfortunate, but that's okay. Score still 0-0. The Chinese Taipei girls advancing a little bit, having more opportunity in the Singapore goal. Good transfer of the ball there by Jean. Singapore in possession. Oh, Tammy To not being able to find Sherry Armani. She should have opened up a bit more to give Tammy a bit more options. Xin, Yun Han. Good support there. Chen Yi on the ball. Chance for Chinese Taipei. Goalkeeper called out. Good job by Yu Tong, the Singapore #1 goalkeeper, coming out of her line to clear the ball. Yun Han, still Yun Han. Nitira. Can't get the ball out yet. Chinese Taipei still in possession. Yun Han on the ball. Won back by Singapore. And that's the hooter for the end of the first quarter of the game. The score is still 0-0. Well, if you have any views or perspectives on how the teams are playing, do put in your feedback and your views in our Facebook page, One Play Sports. And over there you can just give us a shout out as to if any of your friends are playing in this competition and you see them on the field. Just put your information in, say a hi to your friends, wishing them good luck. It's brilliant play by both the teams so far, with Chinese Taipei a slight edge, launching their attacks into the Singapore quarter. The goalkeeper having to call on her saves, making an important save in the penalty corners earlier, denying the Chinese Taipei girls their first goal. So at this point we've got another 30 seconds left before both the teams report back to the field to start the second quarter of this game. So welcome back to the start of the second quarter of the game between Chinese Taipei and Singapore. Chinese Taipei in white, attacking from left to right on your screen. Lapse in concentration there by Hong Yun Han for Chinese Taipei. Nice long ball, but nobody there. Forwards not reading into that pass from Quinn Cheong for Singapore. Chinese Taipei advancing with the ball. Good work there, Jean with some space. Difficult ball there. Well cut off again by Jean Leg. The foul on Jean. Good work by Jean to retain possession of the ball. Quinn Cheong not doing very much with that one. Good ball again. Ball coming off the foot. Quick free pass there taken. Chance for Singapore. And they earn their first penalty corner of the game. Well, it's a pity because Sin Sin, the captain, made a gross error by trapping the ball and allowing it to hit the foot, creating a free hit, quickly taken, well done by the Singapore girls to launch the attack, and Valerie Sim earning their first penalty corner for Singapore. So let's see what the girls have for us today. Ball pushed out, not on target, a bit messy. Well stopped by Sin Sin. Danger still not out. And a stick check counted by the umpire on the Singapore forward. And now we are witnessing the second penalty corner for the Singapore girls. Well, they got to do better than that. They mispushed the first one. They didn't go on target. They got 2 penalty corner batteries up at the top of the D. Can we see the first goal of the game? Chance for Singapore, scrappy, and the third penalty corner awarded to Singapore. Valerie Sim tried to flick the ball, but I don't think she had enough power on it. Well, the Chinese Taipei girls are very fast off the line, so the push out has to be a lot harder. Nithira has to work a lot harder to push the ball out. Not strong enough. Free flick there by Valerie. Pulled too much to the left. Did well to pull it away from the runner. They just couldn't get it on target. Well, Taipei, Chinese Taipei breathes another day. Good stop there by Francis, stealing the ball back. Still Francis. You can see that the girls are slowly gaining confidence. Armani's pushed a little too far away. Foul against Nithira. Ball coming off the foot of Sedona. Still Chinese Taipei. Yi Chun gets the ball well into the semicircle. Still Chinese Taipei. Ball going out, knocked off by the one of the defenders for a long corner. Lee Sin on the ball. Yi Chun. Free hit for Chinese Taipei. Yi Chun trying to work the ball in. Does well to win a free hit. Ting Yu. Still Ting Yu. Trying to get between. Good work there by Haja. Haja being surprised that the foul was against her. Sing Sing with a nice sorry, that was Ting Yu with a nice hard hit into the Singapore semicircle. Quinn does well to find Sin Yun under pressure. Quinn still with the ball. Not going to get that. Play continues. Well done by the Singapore girls. Valerie with some space. Francis couldn't really control that ball. It's a long corner for Singapore. Francis taking quickly. Easily stopped there by Ting Yu. Ting Yu trying to throw the ball quickly up to Ting Chun. Not being able to control that one. Quinn. Nithira trying to look for Sedona, finds Sedona. Sedona doing well to send the ball forward. Sedona. Ball awarded to Singapore. Nithira on the ball now. Sadona as well to Quinn. The good ball there to Valerie. Valerie some space. Good work by Valerie. Tries to get the ball into the semicircle, does well. Haja can't get to it. Quick counter attack by Chinese Taipei. The girl scrambling to get back. Quinn trying to close down her marker. Jean just doing enough to get the player distracted and throwing the ball off the back line. Good ball, well read there. Shuba should have done a bit better with that one. Sadona does well to find her teammate. Valerie with some space. Oh, she should have gone straight instead of turning it out. Good ball though. Sadona offering some support. Ball inside of the chance for Singapore. It's a long corner. Well defended there by the Chinese Taipei defense. So consulting the other umpire. I think the umpire saw a foot. That's right. The umpire saw a foot on the Chinese Taipei girl. And now we have the third penalty corner for Singapore.
Penalty corner number 4 for Singapore.
Beg your pardon, is penalty corner number 4 for Singapore. Will they be able to do something with this? Haja has a much stronger push. Well stopped, first stop. Another penalty corner there for Singapore.
Another penalty corner. Penalty corner number 5 for Singapore.
Well, they have to take the shot a lot faster. If not, they have to eliminate the first runner. And there we have the first goal for Singapore. A very well done set piece. Team captain Johanna Hajarati scoring for Singapore. So the score stands at 1-0 in Singapore's favour. But as we all know, hockey players, 1-0 in hockey.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the first goal for Singapore scored by jersey number 38, the captain Johanna Hajarati.
Brilliant penalty corner taken by the Singapore girls. This is what I was talking about in the earlier game between Sri Lanka and Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong, China had 9 penalty corners in their entire game, and they didn't score any. The 3 goals that they scored came off field opportunities, and Singapore having the 5th penalty corner manages to get the first goal on the penalty corner. Chu trying to look for Jean Lake. Miss hit there by Jean. Well recovered by Tammy. Good skill by Tammy. Finds Sadona. Sadona doing well, trying to look for Valerie. Sadona Jean moving, stepping up to offer some support. Good ball there. Well picked up. Nadia needs to do better with that one. Well, you can see the Singapore girls are slowly growing with confidence, going back to their usual game which they played against some of the other teams in this competition. Foul awarded to Singapore. Still Singapore. Good work there, keeping possession, good support. Chinese Taipei launching an attack. Well, timely stop there by Xiao Qian. Still Chinese Taipei, Yu Xiu. And foul there on Ting Yu. Taken quickly, Chinese Taipei still. Still Chinese Taipei, Jean Lek with a timely tackle to get the ball away and earning Singapore's free hit. Well, it's been a good quarter so far for Singapore. In the first quarter, the pressure coming down on them from the attacks from Chinese Taipei. Slowly settling in now. Chu trying to look for Ong. Ooh, that's a mistake there by Sin Sin. It's good skill by Valerie. Does well first time, but not the second. Chinese Taipei. Stop there. Good work, Tammy on the ball. Tammy loses it. Jean taken quickly there. Chinese Taipei. Well done by the defense. Xiao Xin doing well to stop the oncoming attack. Jean. Xin Yun under pressure now. The waves play on, umpire. Ting Chun. Ball goes out back. Good work by the Singapore girls. Jean. Haja trying to stop the ball. Chinese Taipei with some space. Yu Chiu earns a free hit there. Haja quick to anticipate that free pass. Does well to Jean. Should be patient. We've got 30 seconds left. Well, momentary lapse of concentration there by the defense. Xiao Xian. It's almost time to end the second quarter. And there we have it. Singapore leaves the field with a 1-0 advantage. This is the half-time. So as it stands, it's 1-0 in Singapore's favor. The girls holding out really well, doing well to keep possession, doing well to move the ball around. The Chinese Taipei was the first to launch the attack. It looked well that it looked like they were really pressing forward. The Singapore girls did well to hold the defense, keep possession, and not allowing the Chinese Taipei girls to get their first goal. And after that, we saw a series of attacks from the Singapore team, eventually earning themselves 5 penalty corners and scoring the first goal through their team captain, Johanna Hajarati. A well-worked penalty corner set piece. So I'm just going to take a short break as the girls are out with their coaches, and I'll be back for the commentary for the second half, the third and fourth quarters of this game between Singapore and Chinese Taipei. So welcome back to the game between Singapore and Chinese Taipei in the Air Asia Women's Junior AHF Cup 2019 here at the Sengkang Stadium. The Singapore team in red attacking from left to right on your screen. Girls are leading by 1-0, courtesy of team captain Johanna Hajarati, who scored off a brilliant penalty corner set piece to give Singapore the lead. And we've just started the second half, which is the third quarter of the game. Chinese Taipei needs to settle down quickly and to get back into the game. We just saw Shuba missing a pass from Sedona for Singapore. Sin. A little too far ahead for Yiren, though she could have used the reverse stick to stop it rather than getting round the back of it. Quinn Cheong. Ooh. Ball coming off Hajarati's foot. Sin. Good job there by the Singapore defense. Jean Lek on the ball now. The ball coming off the foot of the Chinese Taipei number 7, Yu Xiu. Some space to advance here. Good ball there. Well cut off by Sin. Hajarati with some good skills. This girl is very talented. Brilliant skills there, but Valerie under pressure there, not being able to capitalize on it. And the ball awarded to Singapore. Hajarati still throwing it in. Chance for Singapore. And then we have the second goal for Singapore. Coming off number 15, Manimaran Shuba. So that gives Singapore a 2-0 lead. The Chinese Taipei girls have the ability and the talent to fight back, and they should, because they're a very well-disciplined team, as you can see in their formation. Unlucky for Sedona. Well, the ball was raised towards her, so it's dangerous play. So Singapore gets the foul. I must say that Tammy and the number 27, Tammy To, is doing a very good job in midfield to hold the midfield. Sadona Ng, number 20 for Singapore, also doing a good job. Quick 1-2 there, good work by the two forwards. Lack of control there by Valerie at that last stage, but very good 1-2 by both the captain Hajarati and Valerie to try and work out the third goal of the game. Singapore pressing high, getting the ball, not allowing the Chinese Taipei girls to advance. Good work there. Chen Yi doing well now. Yiren with a good stop. Dangerously lifted there by Sedona. Ball awarded to Chinese Taipei. Yu Chiu on the ball now. Can't keep the ball in. Well, the Singapore girls are finally comfortable in the driver's seat, but they can't afford to make any errors at the back. Any errors will allow Chinese Taipei to get back into the game, and all it takes is for them to score their first goal, and the confidence will step up, and Singapore will have to work harder to try and keep that advantage. And this is what I'm talking about. You can't afford to make mistakes like that. Jean Lake still in possession. Still Jean finds Tammy. I beg your pardon, Sardona charging forward. Good work there, goal scorer running in with the ball. Well done. Oh, little too late. Still Singapore losing possession. It's a 2-on-1. Unfortunately for Chen Ting Chun, the Chinese Taipei girl, she lost her. She wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do with the ball. Sardona, very talented player she is to hold the midfield. Jean Lake, Tammy, Quinn, some space. Brilliantly cut off there by Sin Sin. Xiao Xian not being able to get to that one. Good run off. Ting Chun on the ball. Jean Lake closely watching her. Good work there by Singapore. Jean Lake. Got the ball out, but then it's dangerous now. Still Chinese Taipei pressing forward, and they win their penalty corner.
Chinese Taipei has their third penalty corner.
So what do these Chinese Taipei players have for us in this penalty corner? They had two very close chances, the first two penalty corners, forcing the Singapore goalkeeper Liu Yutong to the ground to deflect it and throwing it out the right post. Can they create their first goal from this penalty corner? Let's see what they have. Play the variation. And I think the ball was rising above the net, rather above the board, as it was approaching the goal. That's right, this umpire over here had a clearer view, because as the ball was... the umpires reversed the decision and said that it's no goal. Good call there, umpire. Because in the rule books, if it is a hit, the first shot must sound the board if it gets into the goal. But as the shot was approaching the goal, you could see that the ball was actually rising, and it raised even further when it came off the goalkeeper's pads. Well, I don't blame the umpire on the far end because, or the near end of the goal, because she won't be able to see very much from that angle. But the other umpire on this end here did a good job to counter the decision. So the score still stands at 2-0 in Singapore's favor. It is getting a little hazy here in Singapore. That's not going to stop these girls from finishing up this game. Lin Mei with a rash hit, ball rising dangerously towards the Singapore goal. Well, the top 2 teams in this competition will qualify for the Junior World Cup qualifiers. The top 2 teams will occupy the last 2 spots that's available for the Junior World Cup qualifiers, and that's one of the reasons why both these teams are fighting hard to get there, because both these teams have an equal chance to do so. But in the meantime, Chinese Taipei coming forward with another attack. Yu Chiu on the ball. Didn't do very well with that one. Good work there by Singapore. Still Singapore. Francis. Jean under pressure now. But she's a strong player, as you can see. She is the tallest and the biggest player in the team. She's got some tremendous hits, this girl, Jean Leg. Just as I mentioned, a good ball there, stopped by the captain, and a brilliant goal. Goal number 3. Second goal for team captain of Singapore, Johanna Hajarati, giving Singapore a 3-goal lead. Brilliant hit there by Jean Leg to get the ball to her captain.
Goal number 3 for Singapore, scored by captain, jersey number 13, Johanna Hajarati.
A good attempt there by Chinese Taipei to try and get the first goal. Reverse hit slightly off center, going off to the side of the goal of Liu Yutong. Well, it's slowly getting a little harder for Chinese Taipei to get back into the game. They can't seem to break down this very sturdy and stubborn Singapore defense, especially the midfield. The midfield team of Temi To, Saduna Ng, who have been doing very well to get the ball under control in midfield. There we have Temi. Does well to find Amani. Amani with some space. Cross again, trying to look for her captain. Good hit there, trying to find Nadia, but not being able to trap it cleanly. Ooh, almost got it. Good work by the Singapore girls, forcing them back. Eating on the ball now for Chinese Taipei. Quickly stolen there by Chen Yi. Chen Yi trying to get the ball through Jean Leg, cleanly stopping it. Clara. She finds Shuba, scorer of the second goal for Singapore. Good skill there. Free ball then, it's going straight to Amani. Amani on the ball. Well done there by Nitira to win the ball. A little bit difficult there. Good effort by Nitira. Well, I must say the girls are doing extremely well, closing down the space, not allowing the Chinese Taipei forwards any space or midfielders any space to advance. This is a dangerous situation here. Jean leg. Well, I think it came off a foot, but umpire didn't pick that up. But never mind. Still Singapore. Losing the ball again. Shane, quick ball across to the left side. Clara trying to find Valerie. Good pressure there by Valerie to try and kill that attack. Good work, Tammy. Well done by Tammy. Still Singapore in possession. Valerie not being able to get to that one. Chinese Taipei coming out on the right, building out defense. You have Yu Ping on the ball now for Chinese Taipei. We've got about 30 seconds of the third quarter of the game left. Jean. Well done, Jean. Singapore. Still Jean. Good skills there by Jean. Brilliant work. Brilliant work by Jean Leg for Singapore. Jean again. Ball coming off a foot. Free hit quickly taken there. Yoon Han. Ball coming off Tammy's foot. And that is the hooter for the end of the third quarter of the game between Singapore and Chinese Taipei. You heard it, the reporter saying, the announcer saying that the Singapore is leading by 3-0. Brilliant work by the Singapore girls. So we still have another quarter to go. Another 15 minutes for Chinese Taipei to try and get back into the game. But let's see if they have anything up their sleeves. I think at this point in time, their best chance is actually their penalty corners. So let's hope that they have some set pieces that they can use to draw themselves back into the game. But in the meantime, Singapore in the driving seat with a 3-goal advantage. Good work by the team captain, scoring 2 of the goals. And brilliantly scoring the second goal for Singapore, the number 15 of Singapore, Manimaran Shuba, bringing the score line to 3-0. So I'm just going to take a quick break and I'll be back in a few seconds to bring you the commentary for the final quarter of the game between Singapore and Chinese Taipei.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for the fourth and final quarter of a very entertaining and non-taking match. Singapore lead by 3-0.
Of the game between Singapore and Chinese Taipei. Singapore in red attacking from left to right on your screen. Leading by 3-0. They have to hold on to this for another 15 minutes to finish up the game and go back home and rest for tomorrow's game. Ball coming in to the Singapore semicircle. Quinn working to get the ball out, does well to ooh, this is what I spoke about earlier, making mistakes. They can't afford to make mistakes. Well saved by the Singapore goalkeeper. It's just wondering why her helmet keeps popping up. Maybe she needs to tighten it, because it can be very dangerous when she goes in for another shot and she's not protected. Anyway, long corner for Chinese Taipei. Poorly done there by the number 8, Chen Ting Chun, trying to find Hong Yun Han. She couldn't get to it. Tammy on the ball. Well, the Singapore girls must expect that Chinese Taipei are going to press forward more. And if they're going to defend, they're going to have to stop making all these mistakes, allowing Chinese Taipei to come forward into dangerous situations, goal-scoring situations. As you can see, the Chinese Taipei forwards are pressing high now. Ting Chun, Valerie doing well. Good skill by Valerie, but she doesn't get the ball. Well done, Sadona. Stick check on Valerie. Ooh, a little too close to the sideline. Well, they got to figure out how they're going to work the ball out in situations like that when they play against Chinese Taipei tomorrow, because Chinese Taipei will be just as difficult to play. Good work there by Nitira for Singapore. Sadona. Singapore again. Nitira. Good through ball there, well done. Finding our Singapore forward. Shuba. Team captain, good skill. Still team captain. Can she get a penalty corner at least? Yes, she does. Brilliant work there by our Singapore captain, Johanna Hajarati. Well, if Singapore puts away this one, then I think it's almost all over for Chinese Taipei, because they can't seem to find any answers to break down this Singapore defense. Well, slightly off center there. Still chance at goal. Well done there by the goalkeeper for Chinese Taipei, Chen Chia-yu. I was just wondering why the Chinese Taipei girls stopped just now. Maybe they were expecting a free hit. Singapore, Tammy. Blown for going into the semicircle without a ball traveling 5 meters. Niti on the ball. Good skill there. Finds Tammy. Shuba. Back to Tammy. Overlap, sorry, beg your pardon. This is Tammy. There's Niti on the ball. Tammy. Girl slowly moving the ball confidently from side to side. Ball coming off Shuba's foot. Well, we only have about 10 minutes left to play. Singapore still leading by 3-0. Can Chinese Taipei get themselves back into the game? Stick check there by Hajarati. Ting Yu not being able to do much with that one. Tammy finds Valerie. Good skill by Valerie. Still Valerie. Nitira. Tammy on the ball. Xiao Xian. Sardona not being able to control that one. Nobody there. I think Ting Chun could have done better with that one. Well, I think tomorrow's game between Singapore and Chinese Taipei, I beg your pardon, Singapore and Hong Kong, China is going to be a very close match because both these teams are also doing very well in the tournament so far. Good work there by Sardona. Finds Tammy. Majarati trying her best to stop the ball. You got Sardona there doing well to shut down her opponent. Ball awarded to Singapore. Niti on the ball. Turn round, well done. Just a little bit too slow there. Good work. Sardona. Nadia. In some space. Still Nadia. She wins a free hit. Gets the ball back. Ball. Chance. Ooh, off target there. By Manimaran Shuba, who scored the second goal for Singapore. The Chinese Taipei girls seem to be sitting back a bit too much, especially when the Singapore girls are in their semicircle. They're not moving forward. Still Singapore. Singapore's ball. There was Amani on the ball now. Good work there by Chu Sin Yun for Singapore. Chin not trapping it properly. It's not an easy player to get past. Ball going through. Still Chinese Taipei. Chen Yi with some space. Ouch. That must hurt. You can see Jean leg keeping her pose to try and align herself with the pain. There's a nasty hit there. But still Singapore. Hajarati with some space. Good skill there. Still Hajarati. Well, stopped by the... I'm not quite sure what that foul was for, but anyway, it's still given. Oh dear, she should have laid off the ball. That was a little bit... but she should have sent the ball down to the left side. Her teammate was waiting there. Tammy on the ball now. Good work. Xiao Xian finds Xin Yun on the right here. Xin Yun with a miss hit. Chinese Taipei. Good work there by the number 8 to keep it in play. Ting Chun. Singapore defense back very, very quickly. Chen Yi. Why would that be a foul? Well, it's hard to tell from here. Looked like it came off Jean Lek's stick to create a dangerous situation. There are 4 minutes to go. Megan Francis leaving it for her defense to build the ball out of the fence. Good work by the Singapore girls. Cross. Still Singapore. No space there for Hajarati, although she tried to get through. Ting Chun not being able to do much with that. Well, it's almost time. We've got 3 minutes left of the game. It's hard to say that Singapore is gonna lose this game so far. They've been doing well, still maintaining possession. Nadia. Oh, ball in, and it's a goal. Yes. A mistake there by the Chinese Taipei defense. That's right, Singapore leads by 4 goals to nil, as you heard the announcer. The last goal, Hajarati just tapped the ball. Actually, don't think she was actually thinking that it was going to go in, because the goalkeeper, the rule in hockey, as we all know, is that the attacking team must touch the ball when she is in the semicircle, which is the case in that particular goal, where Hajarati just nipped the ball, but you would expect the goalkeeper to have seen that, and then the goalkeeper should have cleared the ball, but then she must have thought that no one touched the ball and allowed it to just trickle into her own goal. Now, this sort of mistakes can cause goal difference problems when it comes to qualifying, because both these teams have a fair chance to make it to the qualifiers, the Junior World Cup qualifiers. Tomorrow, Singapore plays Hong Kong, China, and if the goal difference matters because of an error like that, then it can be a problem for Chinese Taipei. But Jean Lek gets the ball back. 1 minute of play left. Umpires his play on. Ball coming off the leg of the number 8, Chen Ting Chun. So it's now coming to the end, the last 40 seconds of the game. Singapore still in the driver's seat. Good call there by Nadia. She doesn't get to the ball. 30 seconds left to go. Eating. Nice solid hit. Still Singapore. Hajarati, hat-trick hero for Singapore. Good work there by Hajarati. And that's the end of the game. The final hooter. Singapore go away victors with a 4-0 win over Chinese Taipei. Darling of the game, team captain Johanna Hajarati of Singapore. Jahajarati scoring 3 goals. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of a very exciting day for Singapore hockey, doing well to come away victors. And if they win tomorrow's game, well, they've won all their games so far, and if they win tomorrow's game, they would be assured of a space in the Junior World Cup qualifiers. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Gerard Denker here. I'm signing off from the Sengkang Hockey Stadium. Thank you for joining me as we close the day of hockey for tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow bright and early for the last set of games in the AirAsia Women's Junior AHF Cup 2019 here in Singapore at the Sengkang Hockey Stadium. Good night one and all, and hope to have you as my viewers tomorrow in One Play Sports. Right, so to join us, thank you so much. Congratulations to Team Singapore, 4-0 over Chinese Taipei. Good night.